This is Congressman John Culberson reporting from Washington after a week of achievement and frustration. Today, the House unfortunately failed to gather the two-thirds votes needed to pass a constitutional amendment to balance the budget. This is something I've worked for since you first entrusted me with this remarkable job in 2000, and I co-authored the amendment in every session of Congress since then. But we fell short today. There weren't enough Democrats to support the amendment, and unfortunately a handful of Republicans voted against it. It was a straightforward proposal that's common sense, that the federal government has to live within its means and cannot spend more than is brought in every year in tax revenue. I'm going to continue to work, to fight, to make sure that we balance the budget, that we get an amendment to the Constitution requiring the federal government to balance the budget as we do in Texas, and continue to work to cut spending at the federal level. I serve on the Appropriations Committee, and we just passed 3 of the appropriations bills in a package that included the Commerce, Justice, Science Appropriations Bill, a committee I serve on, the Agriculture Bill, and the Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Bill. We have a Democrat Senate, the most liberal president in American history, so unfortunately we have to move forward. Sometimes it feels like an inch at a time because we only control really essentially the House. We don't control the Senate or the White House, and it makes it difficult. So we only move ahead sometimes an inch or 2 at a time. But we managed to control spending in these bills. We actually cut spending on a lot of programs. We were able to protect investment in sciences and the space program, and preserve our funding levels for law enforcement, for the important work that the Department of Justice prosecutors are doing, those along the border especially. We have also in this week ahead, we are not only looking forward, of course, to the Thanksgiving holidays and giving thanks to God for all the blessings we enjoy in this great nation, and time with our families to relax and frankly enjoy the blessings of our families that are truly our greatest blessings on earth. But in the week when we return from the Thanksgiving break, to begin to work in support of the Super Committee's efforts to try to cut spending dramatically over the next decade to get us back on track to a balanced budget. My long-term focus is always been to balance the federal budget and restore prosperity to America by cutting taxes, bringing federal spending under control, which will help diminish the pressure on the bond market, bringing down interest rates, and protect our children from inheriting a mountain of debt. It's an extraordinary privilege to represent you in Washington. You can always count on me to represent you as a committed fiscal conservative focused on the 10th Amendment and the restoration of Jeffersonian principles to our federal government. I am doing everything I can to get the federal government out of our lives, out of our pockets, out of our way, to unleash American entrepreneurship, which is the surest way to grow the American economy. Thank you again for hiring me to represent you, and I hope you and your family have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving holiday.